Hello, my name is Hedgar Marin, and today I'll be talking about the Salmonella bacteria microbe. Salmonella is a bacteria microbe that belongs in the class Gamma Proteobacteria. The structure of Salmonella bacteria microbe is based around a capsule, plasmalemma, and a cell wall that protects it. On the outside of the capsule, there's pili. These pili allow the Salmonella microbe to attach to surfaces in the human body. In the middle, there's cytoplasm that contains the ribosomes, plasmid, and DNA right in the middle of the microbe in order for it to replicate and make more Salmonella bacteria. The Salmonella microbe is also trailed by its flagella on the back end in order for the bacteria to move around liquids. The flagella helps thrust the microbe towards more favorable environments. Salmonella lives in the intestinal tracts of animals, and that includes birds and humans as well. So the progression of Salmonella starts when the bacteria reaches the small intestine. The Salmonella microbe adheres to the lining of the intestine and begins its life cycle. It begins to replicate here. In severe cases, the Salmonella bacteria can break through the intestinal wall and go into the bloodstream. This can be deadly if not treated properly in time in the hospital. Once inside the host cell, Salmonella divides and replicates rapidly and can either enclose itself within membrane-bound vacuoles or, as recently discovered, replicate within the cytosol of cells. Salmonella's preference to replicate in vacuoles versus in the cytosol possibly depends upon flagellal motility. So how would someone contract Salmonella? There's various ways that you could contract Salmonella. Bad cooking methods like not using clean knives and pans can cause cross-contamination with raw and cooked foods. Proper food storage as well can help reduce the risk of infection. Also, having bad hygiene can cause infection, so washing your hands after using the restroom, cooking, or changing diapers is important to prevent Salmonella. So how do you treat Salmonella if someone were to contract it? Well, most people can recover from the Salmonella infection in 4 to 7 days with no treatment. They would just have to drink plenty of fluids to make up for the fluids lost to the diarrhea that comes with getting infected with Salmonella. If you were to become seriously ill, however, from this infection, you may be hospitalized and treated with IV fluids and antibiotics to help get rid of the bacteria that's in your body. So Salmonella outbreaks are heard in the news from time to time. Like you're watching your news channels and then you hear Salmonella outbreak occurring and things like that. And they're mostly caused by food products. Outbreaks have been caused by inadequately cooked poultry and poultry products, uncooked or lightly cooked foods containing egg and egg products, raw milk, and dairy products including dried milk. Produce sold in grocery stores can also carry the Salmonella bacteria, also foods that have been contaminated with feces from infected food handlers as well. Here are some famous and big outbreaks that have happened in the past in recent times. The typhoid fever outbreak during the winter of 1924 to 1925 was one of the deadliest foodborne illness epidemics in U.S. history, killing about 150 people and striking terror throughout the eastern United States. Poor interstate regulation of the oyster industry allowed the outbreak to spread quickly, hitting cities like Chicago, New York, Washington, D.C. seemingly overnight. The source was eventually traced to a single oyster fishery in West Sayville, Long Island. As you can see, like one small operation that is not following protocol can cause a huge outbreak that could have been prevented easily with, clean protocol. Also another one, tainted peanuts led to one of the largest food recalls in American history and forced the Peanut Corporation of America to declare bankruptcy. 9 people died and over 700 people became ill after being exposed to Salmonella from the infected peanuts. Many of those who were poisoned were children, prompting the then president, Barack Obama, to speak on the situation. So it was that severe that the president had to talk about it. According to the 2009 Food and Drug Administration investigation, the Peanut Corporation of America were aware that some of their peanuts had Salmonella. Like, even knowing that information, workers received orders to ship peanuts that had tested positive for salmonella after a second sample tested negative. So in total, nearly 4,000 food products, no, 4,000, yeah, 4,000 food products from 361 companies were recalled because of this error. So annually in the United States, there are around 135 million reported salmonella cases annually. And from those 1.35 million salmonella cases, 420 people die from the salmonella bacteria microbe infection. So here's some facts about salmonella. So salmonella family includes about 2,500 serotypes of bacteria, and the most common being Salmonella typhimurium and Salmonella enteritis, yeah, and account for half of all human infections. Patients may be contagious up to 48 hours after symptoms have stopped, and this is why it's recommended to not go to work or school or anything like that for a few days after symptoms have stopped showing, in order to reduce the spread of salmonella. Also, surprisingly, your pets may be infected and carry the salmonella bacteria and show no symptoms. And this is dangerous since, your pets are asymptomatic, I think that's the word. So they don't really show symptoms, so you have no idea if they are sick or not, and they could infect you as well. And you wouldn't even know where it came from, since, your pets can't show that they're sick from salmonella. Here are the sources in APA format that I use for this presentation, and thank you for watching.